What Lonzo thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts are unsolicited. Nobody cares, but I care, and damn it, that's all that matters. All right, I am back with a special guest, Jake Wade's son. What's the business?
Yo, it is once again a Sunday, and I am ready to speak on things.
Speak on what?
Things.
Things.
Things we're going to talk about.
Oh,
Things.
things. Okay.
Things on my mind.
Okay. So, are you going to digress from the very beginning?
Oh, no, I'm not. Well, I'll try to, stay on track.
You
And
know what?
I'll try my hardest to not talk about Donald Trump once.
Who? Donald John Trump.
Oh,
The
boy.
Honorable Donald
The
John Trump.
vile Donald John Trump.
Mr. President. You can call him
The
whatever you want, but damn,
insurrectionist.
you got to call him president.
I will not. The insurrectionist.
That too. There's a lot of things you can call him, but one of those things, unfortunately, happens to be president, and it's not
No,
a lie. You call him president, it's not a lie.
it is not a lie, but I
No.
will not do it.
Well, good for you. Good for you. You know what? Um, on my Facebook page, one of my Facebook friends, well, not really a friend. Some folks on Facebook. It's like, they're on your friends list or whatever. You're like, do I know this motherfucker? Obviously, this motherfucker knows me, but I'm like, did I go to high school with you or something? Like, trying to remember who is this motherfucker and why are you always posting on my shit or commenting on my threads? Anyways, there's one particular quote unquote friend of mine. What was the subject or whatever? We were talking about Jake Fromm and his racism, and dude chimed in was like, I can respect a racist. Uh, if they tell me that they're racist, if they don't hide their racism, I can respect the person for at least being honest with their racism. And because I was kind of banging on Jake for being a fraud because obviously he was a racist and he kept that shit covered up until he got busted on Twitter by some chick that he was trying to smash or whatever. So my response was, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I would never respect a racist whether they're open about it or not open about it. If you're a racist, you would never ever get any respect from me because you don't deserve it. You definitely hadn't earned it. You know what I mean? And being honest about your racism, you don't get no extra point. You don't get no, you don't get a pass for being open with your racism. Shit. I mean, stupid. That's
Well,
stupid.
my thought about that is this.
What?
Um, I wouldn't say respect, but an open racist does get more points for me than a closet racist. Now, what that only thing that means is I probably want to punch you a little less if you didn't hide it. If you pretend like to be my friend or whatever, but you're really a racist, once I find out that you're a racist, I want to knock you out. If you are a racist and you're a racist from day one, well, I still want to knock you out. But it's not like a sudden, wow, I can't believe this, I'm going to annihilate you punch. You know? That's how I feel about it.
To me, I mean, it's racism is bad no matter what. So, I mean, there's no equivocation when it comes to to that. You know what I mean? But I guess the thing is that you telling me, hey, I'm a racist, or whatever, to my face or whatever. I'm not gonna be like, well, I appreciate you telling me that you're a racist. So now I see what lane you're in. I've been alive a long time. I can pretty much smell a racist a mile away anyway. So I mean, it's kind of hard, whether you tell me or not.
Yeah.
I've been around the block enough times to know when I fucking see one. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
give you, once again, I'm not gonna, give you a pass just because, you had the guts to tell me, to my face, what you feel or whatever. Nah. You can keep that shit to yourself if you want, because 9 times out of 10, motherfucker, I already know. And like in the whole Jake Fromm situation, whatever, I'd been saying way before the truth came out, this motherfucker was fake as hell. It was fake as a $15 bill. And I knew the motherfucker was fugazi. I can tell. Yeah, man. Once again, experience is the greatest teacher, bro. If I was 20 years old, I would have fell for that shit. I mean, you know, but once you've lived long enough and you've seen enough, it's very little, unless you're just plumb stupid. There's very little. There's very few times that the wool can get pulled over your eyes, especially when it's something that really, you know, that really just takes a little common sense, ingenuity, and know-how. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So
Well, the thing about it, um, being that I'm in the area where From is from, and being around From mania for many years, um, so much so they made it like named a hamburger after him. So ridiculous. Um, if you know like his family, you pretty much knew it from the beginning. He didn't need to. He didn't need to be outed. You kind of knew it. Just you know, it's just I hate it when people crowd around somebody like they're like the second coming of Christ or something. You know there's something wrong with them. Like, don't lift up another man, another human like that. I just don't understand it. There's always something wrong, and it's always bad, like a terrible thing. And we everybody knew he was racist, but here's how it goes. I don't really think that he's an out and out racist. I don't think he's just like, God, I hate niggers. No, but I do think he thinks that he is, like he said, elite, and he's better than other people. That's what I think.
okay, racist, bigot, you name it, or whatever. It's all
Bigoted. That's what he is.
yeah.
Bigoted. More than racist. I don't think he's just like, oh, I just love white people and hate blacks and Mexicans and such. I think it's I'm elite. I'm a bigot, and me and my friends and my family are better than everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. But once again, you can't be a little pregnant. You know what I mean? Either you is or you ain't. You know what I mean? And he is what he is. And thank God that girl who outed him had the courage to do so, even though there was immense pressure. Oh, if you read the Twitter thread, there was him and his friends were putting pressure on her to keep this under wraps to save his hide, and and she did it anyway. So kudos to her. The fact that she held on to it for a year speaks volumes to me, because which to me is even more damning, because okay, this happened when this came out, the original Twitter thread was over a year old, whatever. So that means for the last, he covered it up, this whole incident, for a year. You know what I mean? And then then finally, he tries to cover it up, finally gets outed, and then he puts out that lame statement. I'm sure, well, probably the Buffalo Bills PR people or his PR person put out this lame ass statement talking about it's not who he is, not representative of who he is. He wasn't raised that way, and he's going to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I vow to do A, B, and C moving forward. The standard shit. And here we are a year later, and my question was, what has he done to be part of the solution? Not a damn thing. Which just adds to the fact that, motherfucker fake as fuck. You know what I mean? And
I think a lot of these people who put on a front like I am a wholesome Christian boy, and I'm always going to do the right thing. If you have that public image, you're clearly fake.
yeah, and just because you hugging the Bible and this, that, and the third, that, once again, that don't get you no extra points either. It's just a lot of things when it comes to this particular subject, man, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. How motherfuckers try to hide behind the Bible, like that's their that's their Teflon. Shit,
Yeah.
some of those evil motherfuckers are Bible huggers. You know what I mean?
That's the truth. And so I am a Christian, but you know what? Years as the years pass, I become um, a lot less devout, and that's maybe a horrible thing to say. Um, but I say that because being devout doesn't necessarily mean that you are holy. These people who profess to be devout, Bible bought believing, blood bought Bible believing Christians are absolutely horrible people a lot of times, because they manipulate the words that are in the Bible to mean what they want it to mean.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's just like, come on now. Do you really believe that you understand what's in that book? That what you're saying that's in that book is really the truth? Like, okay.
It's the truth as they see it.
Right. So I'm just like, if that is really the truth in there, don't eat shrimp. Don't wear pants. Don't grow long hair. Don't grow. Men should never have beards. There should be no men with tattoos and earrings. Women should not be in the workforce. You know, lots of things.
I mean, you make an interesting point, and I've had this discussion. This won't be a theological discussion, folks, but I've had this discussion before, and I was like, my response to that is that the Bible was written thousands of years ago. Okay, when the Bible was written, I mean, everybody was riding a horse and pushing a carriage or whatever, or transportation with oxen and didn't have electricity and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was written for a different day and age and time. I'm sure a lot of the principles in the Bible can be applied today, but I mean, back when the Bible was written, nobody knew what Wi-Fi was. You didn't have, automobiles and airplanes and semi-automatic weapons and AIDS and syphilis and COVID-19 and gonorrhea and this and that and and, it's just... So, you got to keep it in its proper context. The principles of the Bible, I think, are timeless. You know what I mean? But you have to adapt those principles to the climate that you live in. It has to be malleable to some point, not to your own agenda. The main idea needs to remain intact, but at the same time, there's a malleability that that is required as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, but go ahead.
The deal mainly is that people, like you said, people believe that it's the truth as they want to see it. So they don't follow the things that they probably should be following. They follow what they want to follow and then just nix everything else. And, I always, like I just said about, eating shrimp and things like that. I always say, well, if you're going to follow it that way, how about this? What do you think about that? The Bible does mention dinosaurs, but you don't believe dinosaurs existed. That's kind of stupid. How about this? You think that women should not? Do you think that like when a woman dies, the man should marry the woman's sister? How about that? People don't do that.
I guess first of all, I don't give a damn.
I mean, but nobody does. That's what I'm saying. Like nobody does. Nobody cares what is actually being said. The rules in the Bible. If you're gonna follow things, why don't you follow that? But there's also something else. Men probably should always impregnate women, because that's kind of what it says in the Bible. If you have sex with a woman, you impregnate her. Don't pull out. Because you should be struck down then.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Huh?
It said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
Yeah, of course, there was an actual story behind the whole not pulling out thing, but there's a story that nobody's following in it. So if you're gonna follow literally, okay, well, don't pull out, guys. Better impregnate her. Otherwise, you get struck down. Also, don't masturbate because you're going to get struck down.
Oh, damn. That'll cut out half the population right there. It'd be like Thanos snapping his finger. Half the population be gone. Shit.
Yeah.
You better recognize. Shit.
Man should not spill his seed onto the floor, is what it says.
But, how about a cup?
A napkin.
Something, yeah.
But the story is, the point of it is, you should always impregnate a woman if you can, and nobody follows that.
No.
But they do want to follow the whole abortion thing, though. Now, that's a precious child. That as soon as it happens, the embryo is a child. It's murder. Really, is it now? Okay then. So then, again, guys, don't pull out. Because that's a child. It's going in there, right? You stood onto the floor so it wouldn't happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you let it touch air, then you're committing murder.
Yep.
All right, I think we jumped the shark on this subject, so we're gonna go ahead.
Absolutely. And now I said I wasn't going to digress, but
I know, we always do, man. So my listeners out there, if you've made it through this digression, 15 minutes in, thank you. You're braver than most.
Yeah.
That being said, we're going to discuss the number one hit songs of 2001. Of course, we continue our series where we are discussing the Billboard Hot 100 number one singles of that given year, and we're going to decide whether or not that song actually deserved to be number one, or if it did not deserve to be number one. So we'll give a
Wait
brief.
A minute.
What?
Wait. I'm sorry. You're going to have to edit this.
What? You edit what?
We're doing songs of 2001.
Yeah.
Oh.
What you think we were doing? Books?
I thought we were, huh?
What you think we were doing?
I thought we were doing the rappers list you sent yesterday.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Yeah, we need to do that too. But yeah, we're not doing that right now. We'll do that in a minute. But yeah. Oh, damn. That's right. You're absolutely right. And I definitely want to do that. But let's go ahead and run through the 2001 right now since we got it up.
Okay, I don't have it up, so let me find it.
Yeah, hurry up, motherfucking shit.
Yeah, you're going to have to edit that.
No, I ain't editing shit. Hey, this is live. What Lonzo thinks is always recording live from our studios here in Peachtree City, Georgia. Okay, so no production meeting, no editing. I give it to you raw, straight from the motherfucking lungs, like I've always said. I hate production meetings, and I like for my shit to be organic. Okay, so what you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I don't think I'm bad, don't box or no karate, just the MC to put the boogie in your body. So you ready?
I guess I am.
Okay, we're going to jump on this thing, man, as you find the list or whatever. But I got the list here in front of me. So anyways, once again, we'll give our brief snapshot opinion of each song and determine whether or not that song deserves to be number one or if it did not deserve to be number one. So that being said, the first number one song of 2001, and it is Independent Women by Destiny's Child. This crossed over from 2000. I think it was number one for like a total of 16 weeks or 13 weeks. Anyway, for a number of weeks. And it was Destiny Child's, I think, their second or third number one hit. I wasn't a huge fan of this particular song. So, but it did deserve to be number one because it's Destiny's Child. I was never a big fan of Destiny's Child as a group. I'm not a what you call it, a worker bee. What is it? I'm not a beehiver or whatever when it comes to Beyonce. She alright, you know what I mean? There's some songs by Beyonce that I like. I have nothing against her. I mean, she's gorgeous and all that kind of stuff. But my favorite member of Destiny's Child has always been Kelly Rowland. And I'm gonna tell you why. For some reason, to me, when it comes to, and I don't want to just come off as sounding sexist or anything like that or chauvinistic or whatever, but when I look at women, I'm a neat freak. I'm a germaphobe, all this kind of stuff. When I look at women, I like to get the feeling that this person is clean, smells good, has good hygiene, all that kind of stuff, whatever, right? And Kelly Rowland to me, once again, this is just observation. Kelly Rowland to me looks clean as hell. She's like somebody who really, she gives me that impression of someone who really takes care of her hygiene. And I appreciate that. That makes me like her even more. She just looks clean. Clean. I mean, I'm not saying that Beyonce don't look clean or anything like that. But to me, that's the thing that always kind of just attracted me to Kelly. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Can't quantify it. But Kelly Rowland is my favorite member of Destiny's Child. Not only the fact that she's a great singer and I like her music, but also the fact that she just looks clean as hell. Go. I mean, she looks like she smells good. I mean, she can been out playing tennis for like last 5 hours and come in and smell like, she opened the door and all you smell is potpourri. You know what I mean? She just gives off that impression to me. I'm just saying. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I never really thought about her being clean. I'll just say she was my favorite as well, simply because she's fine. But other than
that too, yes.
Other than that, yeah, she's my type of woman. But um, other than that, I don't really like Destiny's Child. Never have. I'm not really into their music. I'm not into Beyonce. Like you said, she has some okay songs, but I don't. I'm not a fan. Um, I don't like Kelly Rowland's music either. But you know, I'm not really a big fan of R&B as it goes. R&B after '99, I'm not. I can't really get into it. Um,
Well, R&B is an endangered species, man. So so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But anyway, this song in particular, um, I think I said it before. I think the bass line's fantastic. But I would never say I just like the song. It deserves to be number one, though. It for what it is. It has an empowering message, and it's again, it sounds pretty good. It's just not for me, but I can see how people really like it. So yeah, I'll go for it. Number one's good.
Okay. That being said, talking about this cleanliness thing, and for just one more second or whatever. Did you ever hear the rumor about Beyonce and Nas?
No,
You haven't heard that one?
no.
Okay. Obviously, this is before she got with Jay Z or whatever, right? At some point, I think, like, you know how it is when it comes to celebrities. Their publicists try to put them together and get them to dating. Not only for the fact that they'd be good together, but also for publicity, all kind of stuff, and to build their brand, all this kind of stuff, whatever, right? Anyways, I think like they were trying to get Nas and Beyonce together, whatever. And the rumor was that Nas didn't want to date Beyonce because of breath stump. I don't know how true that is. That just that was the rumor that went around back during that time. It was fodder. This is before the internet took off and everything. Otherwise, I'm sure it would have been viral. What I mean? It would have been a meme and all that kind of stuff. But that's just something that always kind of stuck with me when it comes to Beyonce. I'm not saying it's true, folks out there listening. I'm not saying that she has halitosis or anything like that. But I'm just saying that was the rumor that Nas didn't want to date her because she had the dragon. So
I've never heard that.
yeah, well,
But I understand why you remember something like that and why that's kind of affected you. Um, I mean, other than the fact that you're like a germaphobe, which I don't really get, but um, that type of thing does stay with you, whether it's true or not. Like, I was thinking about this recently. You ever heard about the Fergie?
yeah,
So did you ever hear about how she was performing and like peed on herself on
yeah. I
stage?
remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that actually happened. Like it really did actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
And now every time I see Fergie, I think about that. And I know
But she
her
pees every day.
Huh?
She pees every day.
On herself though.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I think about that all the time.
The show
Like,
must go on, man. You can't stop in the middle of a song and be like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom." Sometimes you gotta just let it ride.
I mean, she was like, I was really into it, and it just happened to happen because I did not go to the bathroom before I got on stage. I guess it happens, but I don't know. That sticks with me all the time. Every time I see her, I think about that.
Yeah, it smell like urine. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. I get you. And another thing, man. Yeah, I am a germaphobe, and I'm really big on oral hygiene. So that's another reason why that rumor kind of stuck with me. Whatever. I mean, I'm like whatever I'm like with people or whatever. I'm always like looking at their mouth, kind of just checking out their teeth and just checking out their oral hygiene. It's just, it just I'm not saying it's a fetish, but just one of those things, man. That kind of just even when I'm watching TV or whatever, I'm always looking at the people's mouths and trying to look at their teeth, so you got any rotten teeth or all that kind of shit. I don't know, man. It just it's an obsession with me.
Not me. I don't think about that type of thing. Especially being a man with crooked teeth. I don't have a leg to stand on. I can't. I can't be judgmental of somebody's teeth. But yeah, that's not my thing. If I pay attention to anybody, you know what? I have a thing with noses and voices.
Oh, really?
I like the sound of people's voices. If I don't like your voice, then I don't like you.
Oh, really? What's wrong with my voice?
It's hard for me to like actually listen to a person whose voice I just can't stand. And also, like I said, noses. I like people's noses. Not really sure why.
Well, let me tell some truth here real fast. Since I'm thinking about it when it comes to oral hygiene, um, I grew up really poor. I don't know if you know this or not, but I grew up poor.
No, I didn't know that.
I grew up poor. Tell how poor I was. I grew up so poor that I had the same toothbrush. I used the same toothbrush from the second grade to my senior year in high school. One toothbrush. How many years is that?
I don't know. Is that true?
It's absolutely true. It is absolutely true. I used the same toothbrush from the age from the second grade when I was 7 years old up until my senior year in high school. So I guess I was 17. So for 10 years, I used one toothbrush, and that thing was like worn down to the nub. But I finally got a new toothbrush my senior year in high school. Yes, that's true.
I have a feeling that has nothing to do with how poor you were. Because toothbrushes have always cost like $1.
I guess when you're so poor, you think everything is expensive, so you like I'll just make do with what I got. But yeah, I use the exact same toothbrush. It was a red toothbrush. I used the exact same toothbrush, man, for 10 years. So when I got a new toothbrush, man, I was like, I ain't know what to do with myself. It just feels a different feeling. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was amazing.
I can't relate to that. I was poor too, as you probably know.
Yeah.
But I know I had different toothbrushes. But I'll tell you what, one thing I to this day, I don't change toothbrushes every 6 months like you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. Or maybe 3. However, I don't know how long you're supposed to keep a toothbrush. I keep a toothbrush for a very long time, like until I just can't use it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, when my toothbrush starts to lose its firmness, that's when I change or whatever. But yeah, I have like a drawer full of toothbrushes now, man. So my toothbrush game is on fleek for real, for real.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, like back when I was single and dating girls and all that kind of stuff. Whenever like a young lady would accompany me back to the boudoir and do a sleepover, or whatever. I had like one of those little travel size toothpaste and a toothbrush. I had that shit covered. So
Fantastic.
yes. Anyways, we're digressing again. Back on track here.
Yep.
All right, the second number one hit of 2001 was Shaggy featuring Ricardo Rick Rock Ducent. It Wasn't Me. This song was okay, but it's one of those songs that it becomes such a big hit, and it has that catchphrase. The title, such a catchy title that that it makes you hate it like almost immediately because everybody in their grandma is saying it wasn't me, motherfucker, it wasn't me. I mean, so. And obviously, kind of like "Baby Got Back." It's one of those songs that is gonna, you're gonna, 80 years from now, you'll probably see a commercial, using, "It Wasn't Me" as a catchphrase or whatever. Yeah. So not saying it didn't deserve to be number one because it was a catchy tune, but I liked this song for like 10 seconds, and then after I was like tired of it or whatever. So, but 2 weeks, okay, go.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you just said. Every single thing you just said is absolutely true. That's why I don't like it. That's why I only liked it for the 2 weeks that it was number one. And, it sounded pretty good, and it was catchy, and it was funny. But everybody in the world says it wasn't me. And I got tired of it. I can't deal with it. And this wasn't even his best song. Like, Shaggy has some decent songs. And this is the most popular song, and I can't do it anymore because everybody else, it wasn't me. Shaggy's gonna live off the song forever.
Yes, he will never go hungry. Yeah. Well, if he owns the publisher to this song, which I hope he does, yeah.
Hope he does.
Yeah.
But, he does stuff now that nobody pays attention to. They sure do know it wasn't me. So, for 2 weeks, that's okay. But like I said, those are the 2 weeks that I liked it. So there you go. After that, I'm glad it fell off.
Ditto. All right, next up, Miss Jackson by Outcast, number one for 1 week. Now, of course, Outcast. I think this was this their first Billboard number one hit? I don't know.
No, I seriously doubt it. I don't
don't recall us mentioning them before.
I mean, maybe,
Maybe it
perhaps.
might have been hit songs after this one, but I think this was the first Billboard number one. I'm sure they had like R&B number
Yeah,
one and rap number ones, but I mean as far as
yeah,
on the pop chart.
yeah. Well, in that case, it probably was.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. But of course, Outcasts are obviously they are hip hop legends. They're probably the biggest Dirty South band ever, um, and they really, when Outkast came onto the scene, I think they gave Dirty South a whole different level of credibility.
Yeah.
So they get mad respect. Andre, Three Stacks is a top notch MC, and Big Boy is not far behind.
I
Um,
don't think he's far behind at all. In
no,
fact,
he's not. He's not far
I
behind.
feel like they're equal actually.
Yeah, 1A and 1B. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. And as far as the song, of course, it's a very catchy song. The one thing I didn't like about the song is real repetitive. They say that damn hook, a billion times during the song. That's the only thing about that song that kind of throws me off. It's just over and over and over. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh.
Yeah.
But I dated a girl. I actually lived with a girl. I dated her for like 4 years. Her last name was Jackson. And we had broken up by the time the song came out. But whenever I would talk to her or whatever, I would be like, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. so, so she hated when I did that. Anyways, but yeah, it definitely deserved to be number one. I think I should have been number one for more than 1 week. So anyway, let's go.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was only 1 week. I will say, this song was fantastic the first time I heard it. I was really like, wow, this is very, very mature and not that they didn't do mature music because they certainly did, but I was like, this is a pretty mature and emotional song for them. And yes, it deserves to be number one, absolutely. But I can't listen to this song now because of what you just said and just the fact that I've heard it so many times. This is by far their most popular song, and you just kind of can't get away from it. And they have so many songs that are just better than this one. I rarely even listen to it now. But does it deserve to be number one? Yeah, no doubt. I don't know why it was only there for 1 week, but great song.
Yeah, and one thing about Outkast is that, which is a positive and a negative when it comes to Outkast, the positive is they come up with some great hooks, some magnificent hooks. But on that same level, their hooks are so fucking repetitive. I think they overdo their hooks. You know what I mean? In a lot of their songs, and to the point where it becomes annoying. Because another one of the songs where the hook became annoying to me is Rosa Parks. I'll hush that fuzz. I mean, it said over and over and over again, and it just grates on me. You know what I mean?
I think their deal was that they were, that's kind of what you do in a pop song,
Yeah.
In order to hook people, you make an earworm of a chorus, and that becomes the thing that people remember about it. And I think that was their deal. Let's repeat this over and over again to get people into it. And all their songs weren't like that, but their big pop hits, they were.
Yeah, exactly. Their biggest hits had that indelible hook that just grates on you. Just grates on you, man. Because ATLians, I love ATLians, man. I absolutely adore ATLians. I think that's one of the greatest hip hop songs ever. You know what I mean? But once again, throw your hands in the air. I mean, like they just over and over again, over and over again. But I love ATLians, just love it, and that's one of the most original hip hop songs ever. The arrangement, the lyrical arrangement, and the beat is just magnificent, man. Good Lord, that was a great song, man. Great song.
I totally agree. Yeah. And that album was fantastic too. And it's just
yes. Great album. It was a sophomore album. Great follow. It's probably one of the best sophomore albums ever. That, especially when it comes to hip hop, because it's hard to follow up a big hip hop record, with one that's equally as good. But this one is much better than their first album, and their first album was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. And Outkast, I was thinking about this the other day. In fact, thinking about this album in particular. They really did change the trajectory of what was happening in the South. Nobody was sounding like that. You had Southern rap, but it was nothing like what they were doing. And they completely changed it. You had people trying to copy them after that. And even after they did this album, their next they tried to change every single time, and you could see like the whole industry kind of following them. Like, oh, you see what they're doing now? Let's do it too. Just absolutely masterful and original group.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this on our last show, whatever, right? Outcast was not a product; they were artists, and there's a difference because a lot of groups and performers are products, and products have a shelf life. Artists don't have a shelf life. You know what I mean? Their shelf life is basically when they say enough's enough. You know, and these guys were magnificent, just magnificent. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, speaking of arrangements, man, I was listening to a song today, man, that has like one of the most amazing arrangements ever to me, and I just love it to death every time I hear it. One of those songs where I got to listen to it over and over and over again. I can't just listen to it just once. And I was thinking about it. I was driving today. I was thinking about it as I was driving. The arrangement on this song is just the vocal arrangement is just to die for. And that song, I'm building it up, and you're probably gonna be like, hey, man, fuck you. And I'm building it up, but the song that I'm talking about, man, is California Dreaming by the Mamas and the Papas. I absolutely adore that vocal arrangement, man. That shit is like butter in my ears, man. Oh my God, I love that. So, anyway.
I do agree with that. I actually do.
Yeah, the harmony and the blending of the voices and the way they, even though it's a very short song, it only has really one verse. You know what I mean? But that vocal arrangement, man, god damn, that's great. Oh, it's great.
And wasn't that their only big hit?
They had another hit. Monday Monday was a hit, but yeah, California Dreaming, of course, was the song they're most noted for. You know.
Yeah.
But that vocal arrangement, man, god damn. So if you're out there listening, if you've never heard California Dreaming by the Mamas and the Papas, listen to the song. Listen to the vocal arrangement. And I defy you. I dare anyone to come back to me and be like, hey, nah, you wrong, Zoe. That's just whack. Nah.
No, there's nothing whack about it. You're right. No. That is absolutely an amazing song.
Yeah.
And the vocal arrangement in particular, just the harmony, just wow. That was
now, because it's the way that they the way they obviously deliver the vocals, how they layer it, and you're basically repeating it. You know what I'm saying? What all the leaves are brown and all the leaves are brown, and so and that along with the melody, how they layered that vocal with and blending the voices of the two women and the two men. Oh my God! And this is and you I think you hear that a lot in '60s music. Especially that kind of like that psychedelic, Daisy Age, type of, because the '60s was kind of all about that, hippie-ish type music,
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs of the '60s had that type of a feel to it, of a kind of the production value, and the arrangements were so unique. And once we talked about this, how music nowadays, everything sounds the same. And like in the 60s and 70s, man, you rarely got two songs that sounded, you'd be like, oh, who's that? You knew. You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate the artistry of music when stuff like that happens. I don't know. Go.
Yes. And, also, the 60s and 70s had some legendary producers as well who really knew what they were doing. So that's part of it.
Yeah, that too. And while we're on the subject, I know we're digressing again, but we are talking music. Another song that has a great vocal arrangement that I think it's from the '70s, that is just to die for, is Gladys Knight and the Pips, "Midnight Train to Georgia." The vocal arrangement with her and the backup singers, man, and the Pips. Oh my God. Just it's just magic, man. It just makes a song a pleasure to listen to.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's not one of my favorite songs. I actually don't necessarily like that song, but you are right about the vocal production.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, you got to give props. You know what I'm saying, to the artistry of the vocal arrangement. One more song, and I know I'm on a tangent. One more song. It's probably this is probably my favorite song when it comes to arrangement of any song I've ever heard in my life, including Prince. Stevie Wonder, Ass. Oh my God. The vocal arrangement in that song with his backup singers, man, sweet Jesus. That dude is a genius. That dude is a fucking genius, man. That song is perfection.
It's not just that song, though.
No, not just that song. Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. But it's just something about that, that vocal arrangement, man, on Ass. Jesus Christ, that sounds so good to me, man. It makes my toes tingle. It's damn, that's good. Damn.
You were talking about like repetitive songs.
Mm-hmm.
A chorus being repetitive. Here's when I think about Stevie Wonder, and I think about songs that are really repetitive, but just so repetitive, like truly earworm repetitive, and like you don't get tired of it.
What's that?
To me, Sir Duke.
I wish. Yeah. Sir Duke. Yeah. I knew you was gonna say that. I was like, I wish these days. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. You nailed it. I knew exactly where you're going with that. You're absolutely right. It is an earworm, man, but it's a magnificent song, though. Yeah.
A great deal of his songs are like that's a genius right there. God, a lot of the songs are like that. He's a treasure.
Now, there's a YouTube channel out there. There's a kid out there, man, who does like reviews, or whatever. And I'm gonna send you the link whenever I remember who it is. But he did a show on Stevie Wonder, on like the run of albums Stevie had, like from like 1970 to 1975. How it was like one of the most impressive runs in the history of music. And he was absolutely right. And he analyzed each album. And I'm going to figure out who that is. I'm going to tell my listeners to check it out or whatever, man. But he just made me think, Stevie Wonder probably had one of the most impressive, runs in the history of music, including Prince. Yeah. Stevie, yeah. So if you're out there listening, Stevie, I've said this before. We need to own up to it, man. We need to do a retrospective on Stevie. Just on Stevie. One day.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah, one day. All right.
Now we'll finally get back to the list.
Yeah, back to the list. Next up is Joe featuring Mystical with Stutter. This song was number 1 for 5 weeks. And we talked about Joe a little bit last show. Joe was like an R&B New Jack type singer or whatever. He turned up, he guested on a lot of folks' records. He did the song with Mariah Carey that went to number 1 as well. Well, this was his own song with Mystical, who is Master P's brother, rapper, out of what, New Orleans or whatever.
Not his brother.
Yeah, Mystical is Master P's brother.
He's not Master P's brother. He's not related to him.
Okay, well, who was his brother? The guy that did Watch Yourself.
Yeah, Mystical is not Master P's brother. Master P's brother is Silk the Shocker and C Murder.
I thought Mystical was his brother.
No.
Oh, okay. The Mystical one who did Move Something. What was the name of that song? Watch Yourself. What was the name of that song? You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Shake It Fast.
Yeah.
Mystical is not his brother. He was not on No Limit when he first came out. He went to No Limit like 2 albums after he first came out.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Master P's brother, he has 2 brothers that I know of. C Murder and Silk the Shocker.
I always thought Mystical was his brother. Damn. Okay. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, this song, I mean, it was all right. I don't think it deserved to be number 1 for 5 weeks, but it did deserve to be number 1, So, yeah, go.
I don't know this song. I mean, maybe I'll know it if I hear it, but I don't, it's not coming to mind right now. I don't really know. So I would give an NA to this, but I'll say it deserves to be number 1 because Joe is pretty cool and Mystical used to be all right. So, I'll go for it. But it looks like it was there for 4 weeks, which is weird.
5. It was 5 weeks. Yeah, 5 weeks.
Man, I don't know if it deserved to be
No, 4. No, you're right. 4. My bad. I miscounted. It's 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks. Either way, yeah.
Perhaps I would know it if I heard it, but anyway, sure, I'll give it a pass. I'll let it stay there.
Okay. All right. Next up is Butterfly by Crazytown. Who? I have no idea who Crazytown is, and I have no idea what Butterfly is. Just by name of the group, I'm assuming that Crazytown is a country group, but that's all I can say. That's all I know. So I'm gonna say hell no, they did not deserve me number one. Go.
I would think that if you heard the song, you would know it. Crazy Town was kind of a rock rap group, and this song is really like, it's terrible. It is, and they are a joke. They, God, I think if you heard it, you would know this. But it's a guy who's rapping, and it's like a kind of a rock song, but the dude's rapping. I can't describe it any more than that, but it's terrible. So no, it didn't deserve to be number one.
Okay, I agree, and I don't want to hear this song. And if you're out there listening, Crazy Town, fuck off. Next up, Shaggy Again with Angel. It was number one for 1 week. I remember this song, but I don't remember anything about it. But I think it was kind of catchy. So I'm gonna say yeah because Shaggy was kind of on his little crest of fame and stardom. So I'm gonna say yeah for a week, but I don't remember a thing about this damn song. Go.
I kind of remember this song. I don't think I liked it. I don't remember. Pretty sure I didn't like it. But, props to Shaggy for keeping it up. Having two number one hits in the same year. Good job with it for him.
It's hard to do.
I've heard, yeah, it is. And, he did a few songs with this guy, Ray Vaughn, and I kind of like them together. So I'm going to say, yeah, number one. Good job, Shaggy.
Right on. Next up, Next up is Crazytown with Butterfly. It's like deja vu all over again, man. What the hell? So it was number one. Shaggy came in with number one. Then Butterfly took it back. So this song was so good, they had to come back for a second to help it. What the fuck, man? So Crazytown number one for 1 week with Butterfly, and Crazytown. Who? Fuck. So Crazytown, if you're out there listening, please chime in and comment below and let me know who you are, and then fuck off. Go.
Again, I really do think you would know the song if you heard. You would have at least heard it like peripherally from somewhere. It was like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a ubiquitous song, but it is a song that you kind of can't get away from it, like, because it's a joke now. People mention this song a lot because it was kind of a joke, and it had a kind of a stupid psychedelic video, and I don't know. You just have to watch it and listen to it. But no, it didn't deserve to be number one for another week. Shaggy came in and usurped it, I guess, and then people were like, no, we like Crazytown.
Yeah.
And it came back.
Crazytown was like, hold my beer, I'll be right back.
Yeah. No, it didn't deserve to be number one for a second week. No.
You know what Crazytown got when it came to this situation? You know what they got?
What?
They got some straightening. Don't nothing get straightening but straightening. Don't get straightening but straightening. Straightening. No, they say straightening, don't they? They don't say straightening, they say straightening. Straightening. Don't nothing get straightening but straightening. I love that song, by the way. So Migos, I'm not a huge fan of Migos, but I love straightening. So
I don't like Migos at all.
I'm not a huge fan.
It's not entirely true. There was this. They had a song that I thought was kind of catchy. What was it?
I don't know which one.
I don't know what it's called. She thought.
Thought. That's the one.
I don't know if I'm pretty sure that's not the name of it, but I know they said that in the song. She thought.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of the song, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it could be called Thought. I don't know. Shit.
It was kind of catchy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Migos at all, but like I said, they got a couple tunes, man, that's on my playlist. I'm gonna admit it, and I love me some straightening. Quavo. I like Quavo. So
I
okay.
don't. Again, I don't. I don't like Migos, but
Yeah, I
I
feel you, man.
whatever.
All right, next up, Janet Jackson, All For You. It was number one for 6 weeks. This is when I guess Janet stopped using her last name because just it says Janet. So that threw me off because I didn't know she had dropped her surname, But I guess she got tired of being lumped in with Michael. Say I gotta separate myself from this last name and just go it alone for a minute. So All For You. I hated this motherfucking song, man. Despised this goddamn song. So it did not deserve to be number one. This song, yeah, go.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is an example of an earworm that wasn't a good one. Because that chorus was super repetitive, and it was just not good. But apparently people thought it was fantastic because it was here for what, 7 weeks?
6 weeks.
Good Lord.
No, 7. Yeah, right. 7. Yeah, 7 weeks. Yeah.
Oh boy, no, this song is terrible. I don't know how people liked it so much, but whatever. I wonder if it was on Nutty Professional soundtrack or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Janet was at that stage in her career, man, where she could record a fart and it would make the top 10, much less go to number one. She was just, in that she gotten herself into that space where, her fan base was just so strong that they could just carry any song that she released to number one. So, I get it.
Well, I don't. If she makes a bad song, she makes a bad song, and this is a bad song. So, I don't get it. No, it didn't deserve to be number one.
But there are some artists, man, where whether a song is good or bad, if they release a song, everybody's gonna buy it just because it came from them. I can attest to that because whenever Prince released something, I'd even have to hear a note of it. If it's Prince, I'm buying it sight unseen. So that could be it.
There are artists I do that with to this day, and
See, but at that point, if an artist has an 820, credit score with you, they're gonna get that kind of favor from you. They've earned it. Yeah. With the body of work. Yeah.
But maybe it's because I'm not a Janet fan. It's not. That's not something for me. Like, I don't get why she makes bad songs and people love it. But I guess there are people who love Janet like I love other artists. If Wu-Tang puts out a new album, I'm buying it without even hearing a bit of it. And it may be total trash, but I guess that's the same thing people do with Janet. So okay.
Yeah, that's a credibility thing because Wu-Tang has such credibility, and they've met your expectations so often to the point where it's automatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can, like, for example, movies. If Quentin Tarantino releases a movie, I'm watching it. I don't care about the reviews. I don't care about the trailer. I'm gonna watch it because it's Quentin Tarantino because he has such good credit with me. Same thing with Denzel Washington. If Denzel's in a movie, damn it, I'm watching it. I don't care what it's about or anything. If Denzel is in it, because I know I'm gonna get quality from the movie. Could be just trash, but I know I'm getting quality out of Denzel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're getting that consistency. So yeah, that pretty much goes with any consumer item, I would think, man. Folks will go to McDonald's, because Big Macs taste good. You know what I mean?
Well, some people do.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but folks go to McDonald's because it's McDonald's, because they built that, that brand up so much to a point where even if you don't like McDonald's, you're gonna get McDonald's because it's McDonald's.
I think that's a little different though. Like you got like KFC. KFC used to be the best. Now you go to KFC, you might vomit. I feel like food is a little different from a consumer item like movies or music, or for me, like video games. Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter. I don't like Street Fighter 5, but I sure did buy the game. It's just some brands, some names, some companies. Just like, well, I trust you. I'm going to go for it.
Exactly. And once again, music is no different. If an artist put out a bunch of whack stuff, you're not gonna, a new album come out, be like, no, fuck this. I'm not buying that.
I feel like Janet Jackson put out a lot of whack stuff. So you're
But
supposed
I
to
mean,
be.
early on in her career, I mean, when she, when she got with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, start banging out hits, man. Her credit score went from 500 to 820 like overnight. I mean,
Yeah.
and she, she paid her bills on time and kept that credit score up. So she got, you know, she got favor from her fans. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I don't hate her for it, but I just say this is not a song that I don't see why people like. I mean, I don't really get it. But hey,
Yeah, the song
whatever.
fucking suck. Yeah, I agree. It sucked. Yeah, yeah. All right, enough about that person.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Christina Aguilera, Lil Kim, Maya, and Pink with Lady Marmalade, which is a remake of the Patti LaBelle, um, um, the Patti LaBelle song that was a number one hit way back in the 70s. It was a remake for the Moulin Rouge movie soundtrack. And this song, I mean, I can take it or leave it. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great. Um, I think Christina Aguilera saved it with her strong vocals because she has such a strong voice. But the rest of these other motherfuckers that was in it, they you could have pissed on them. But I don't think it deserved to be number one for 5 weeks or 6 weeks, 5 weeks. But it was. I guess it did deserve to be number one. Go.
I wouldn't say so. I think it's a subpar cover of the original song, which I also think is kind of subpar, quite honestly. Um, it perhaps it's just not for me. I don't. Yeah, I'm not into it. Uh, 1 week of number one maybe is okay, but 4 or 5, no.
I'm just saying, Christina's vocals were strong. I mean, Christina has a good voice for a pop princess. Christina has a good voice, so
I agree with that, but you can sing well all day long, and if you just make a bad song, then that's not gonna work. But whatever.
Right on. Next up, we got Usher with "You Remind Me." It was number one for 4 weeks, and of course, Usher, R&B, pop solo artist, great dancer, decent voice, had a string of hits. He's definitely on that in the upper echelon when it comes to you know post Michael Jackson R&B singers who can dance. He's in that Chris Brown territory. I liked "You Reminded Me." I listened to it often. I still listen to it to this day. And I'm not a huge fan of Usher, but there are a couple songs of his that I do loud and listen to. "Daddy's Home" today, as a matter of fact. So yeah, it deserved me number one. Maybe not for 4 weeks, but yeah, it definitely deserved me number one. Go.
Yeah. So there was a time I really did like Usher like a lot, and this was around that time. And I like this song. I think it's a very good song. Um, he had a good personality, and his voice was really good, and just this song in particular was very well done. Uh, it was catchy. I like it. Uh, yes, it deserved to be number one.
Right on. All right. Next up, Destiny Child again. Destiny's Child with Kelly Rowland, "Smelling Good." With
That's not
Bootylicious.
what it's called.
Bootylicious was number one for 2 weeks, and you gotta smell good having a song name like Bootylicious. I'm gonna admit something. I've never heard this song, not a note of it, ever in my life. I have no idea what the song even sounds like. I know of the song, but I've never heard it. But since it's Destiny Child, they were definitely at their peak. I'll say yeah, it did deserve number one. So go.
I don't agree with that sentiment, except I don't. I know I've heard the song a few times and didn't like it. I kind of think this title is, if I'm being honest, the title's kind of disgusting to me. I don't know why. I don't like this title. Can't stand it. I will say number one just because I know it was a popular something, and to me it's just whatever. I don't know. It's not for me, but I can see how people like it. But certainly, I hate the title, and I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Come on now.
I have no idea. I have no concept of what you're talking about because I've never heard the song. So
That is like it's part of the chorus. I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
okay. Yeah, get that red jelly pouring out your belly. Who was that? That's not C Murder. Who was that? That's Bun B. That's Bun B.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Murder.
Yeah. But clearly that's talking about blood.
I'm saying you remember Murder, right?
Yeah.
UGK? Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that
Okay.
red jelly
But,
poured out your belly.
but that's not the jelly that they're talking about
Nah,
now at all.
I know. I'm just saying. Shout out to Bun B. Rest in peace. All right.
Bun B's alive. It's Pimp C's
Bun B is alive, man.
Bun B's quite alive.
Okay, who died? Did one of them die?
Pimp C is the one who died.
Pimp C died. Okay. I'm sorry, Bun B. If you out there listening, man, I apologize, bruh. So, Pimp C, rest in peace, bruh. Pimp C had that red jelly belly running out his belly.
Yeah. I think he had cancer or something.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Waylon Jennings, dead. Miss Melody, dead.
Pimp C, still alive. I mean, Pimp C
Faye
dead.
Dunaway, dead.
Bun B, still alive.
Yeah. Damn, boy. I'm sorry. Bun B, shout out. All right. Next up, Alicia Keys with Fallen. It was number 1 for 3 weeks. This was her first single that kind of put her on the map, and she is definitely an R&B pop legend when it comes to female singers, and she is gorgeous. Oh my God. Alicia Keys, she has to be like one of the most gorgeous women to ever walk the face of this goddamn earth. Jesus Christ. You talking about somebody who like to smell good? Alicia Keys, like, she smells delicious, like vanilla. You know, just whew.
It's interesting you say vanilla because vanilla and peaches. That's what I think of when I think of a woman who smells good.
Peaches and cream?
Vanilla and peaches.
Yeah. See, and that's why, I hate, what's his name? What's his name? Good Lord. Who's her husband? What's his name? Damn it.
Swizz Beatz?
Swizz Beatz. That's why I hate Swizz Beatz, man. Jeez. Man, I can't remember his name. I hate him so much, man. And it's only because, this dude climbed Mount Everest and just stayed there. He said, fuck it, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Like, shit. Whew. Yeah, Alicia Keys, yeah, deserving number 1. Absolutely deserving number 1. Because when you look that good and smell that good, damn it, you deserve everything you get in life. So, Alicia Keys, right there listening, why would you be listening? If you are listening, thank you. Go.
Here's my confession about Alicia Keys.
What?
If you're talking about like her attractiveness,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think she was that attractive back in the day.
Oh my God, dude!
Because
you got a cataract or something?
Because of all the makeup,
Mm-hmm.
she looks kind of fake to me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Now that she doesn't use makeup and has all these freckles and just looks so natural, God, I'm sorry, I'm with you in that regard. The fact that she doesn't wear makeup anymore, she looks so good, just naturally, so good. I just can't get over that. I don't like women who wear makeup that much. I really don't. I'm not a makeup person, so it's just like I didn't think that. It just seemed like she looked put together, and I wasn't into that.
If Alicia Keys peed in a cup, would you drink it?
Absolutely not. What in the world?
It's like, yeah, I have to think about it. I was like, man, put a couple ice cubes in there.
Wow.
It depends. What you have for dinner last night?
Like, I thought you were a germaphobe.
I am, man, but sometimes you gotta make exceptions, and she is definitely an exception to the rule.
Absolutely not. I never understood that. People say things like, "Oh, drink her bath water." You want to be poisoned? Like, man, I don't get that. Anyway, about the song.
Yeah.
This was a pretty masterful song, I think.
Yes.
And to be her debut single, like, she was destined for greatness. But I will say that after hearing this song, repeatedly when it first came out, I started to hate it because it was everywhere, and probably for good reason. But it was everywhere, and I got really tired of it, and I can't listen to it now. But did it deserve to be number 1? Yes, it was. This was an amazing song to come out as your very first single, and I also will give her some props because that album starts out with like the first song on the album, I believe, samples Brooklyn Zoo by ODB, and it sounds fantastic. Props to her. Yes, it deserves to be number one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. The song is a bit repetitive, man. But once again, man, it's just so good that once again, it's an earworm that I can live with. So yeah, you're right. Speaking of earworms, next up is "I'm Real," the Murder remix by Jennifer Lopez featuring Ja Rule. We talked a little bit about this on our last show. That this is a song of two artists that really had no connection whatsoever, other than the fact that they both were hot at the time. Put them together, let's get a hit song. But I said then that Ja Rule does not operate in the same space that Jennifer Lopez operates in because she's in that diva category, this and the third. And but that has nothing to do with the quality of the song, whatever. The song was all right. I mean, it was all right. So I guess it deserved to be number one because you got these two powerhouses at the time. Obviously, Ja Rule is definitely falling off to where he's persona non grata, especially if you went to the Fire Festival. So based on the Fire Festival, no, it did not deserve to be number one. Go.
Many years later.
Yeah.
like 22 years later or so.
Yeah. Whatever.
You get merits for the Fire Festival.
Yeah, that he's gonna wear that like an albatross around his neck for the rest of his life. When he dies, the Fire Festival is gonna be in that and that blurb. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
That is something that he's never gonna get over.
Never. Yeah. Hey, think about it, man. Once again, I guess we're gonna digress for a minute here, man. Did you see the documentary about the Fire Festival?
No.
Oh my! You gotta watch it, man. That shit is like a train wreck that you cannot turn away from, man. It's definitely must see. And there were two documentaries, man. One on Hulu and one on Netflix. You know what I mean? So you gotta watch them both, man. But you know what happened at Fire Festival, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, for this dude, this con man, to get to that point where you got plane loads of people coming, to this festival, and you have nothing. You know what I mean? You have nothing for them. And that's gotta be like the scam of a lifetime, man. And to think that he could actually get away with it, man, it's the arrogance of this dude, man. Just to watch it, just for the arrogance, it's mind-boggling, man. Mind-boggling. There's this one in one of the documentaries, man. There's this one excerpt, man, where there's the folks that are working with him trying to put this thing together, legitimate people actually trying to put on this damn festival, man. It was this guy, he was a gay dude or whatever, right? I'm saying he's gay because of what happens. He was trying to get like a permit or something. I think some government official, whatever, was playing hardball and then getting some sort of permit that they needed, whatever, right? And the guy who was organizing this festival, I forget his name off the top of my head, with him and Ja Rule, whatever, right? The white guy who went to prison. He told this guy that in order for them to get this permit, he would have to give this government official head. And this guy said, he was like, I wanted to get this show on, and honor, this commitment so bad that I was prepared to drive out there and give this guy head to keep this thing going or whatever, right? I'm like, you have got to be one hell of a con man. Now I don't know if the guy was gay or not. Anyways, you got to be one hell of a con man to convince somebody to give another dude head, to keep your scam going. It's amazing. It's must see TV. Must see. Anyway.
Wow.
Go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might watch it. As it goes, like I mentioned before, I don't like this song at all. I don't like Jennifer Lopez at all. Like, when it comes to her music, I do not like her music because this is an example of somebody who cannot sing. She can dance.
But she's famous. She got a big ass and she's famous. And good looking.
And she's kind of a likable person, but her music is terrible. She has never made one good song, in my opinion. I don't know who convinced her that she could sing, because she can't. So there's that. And then Ja Rule's a horrible rapper who you know, made his mark trying to copy DMX, trying to be the small DMX or something. I don't know. And having them both on a track together is horrible. This is a horrible song. No, it didn't deserve to be number one. Sorry.
Okay, tell us how you really feel next time. All right.
Maybe I will. If that wasn't clear enough.
Okay.
Looks like we're gonna get another chance too.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm like, damn, man, what the hell was going on in 2001? Okay, next up, following "I'm Real," is Alicia Keys again with "Fallen." We already talked about this song. Yeah, it deserved to be number one, but it fell out of the number one spot for 3 weeks. Does that ever happen? 3 weeks and it comes back for another 3 weeks at number one?
It's like I said. Truly, I just said it was everywhere when it came out. People were in love with this song. It played on the radio. At the time, I listened to the radio a lot. And it played on the radio multiple times in the course of like 2 hours. So people love this song. So this, Jennifer Lopez, apparently her song was enough to dethrone her for a minute. But then people were like, well, we realize this is crap. Let's go back to Alicia Keys.
Okay, this is what happened. This is what happened. Okay, all right. "Fallen" was number one. Then Jennifer Lopez was like, "Bitch, you better get out of the way. I got some shit for your ass. Me and Ja Rule got some shit. So here you go." And Alicia Keys like, "Bitch, you out your fucking mind? You better get out the fucking way. Give me another 3 weeks, damn it." And Jennifer Lopez was like, "Bitch, do you know I'm Jenny from the block?" so Jennifer Lopez. So what?
This was before Jenny from the block, I believe.
Yeah, whatever. Jenny was like, "Bitch, yeah, my ass is big as my ass is. You better give me some room to boom." So she comes back and she takes another 2 weeks. So "Fallen" was number one for 3 weeks. "I'm Real" for 3 weeks. "Fallen" back again for 3 weeks. Then "I'm Real" back again for 2 weeks. And this was just a back and forth, man, of epic proportions, man. Epic proportions. And yeah, Alicia Keys deserved it, and Jennifer Lopez and Ja Rule didn't. So there you go. That was a versus for your ass. That was versus before versus. Shit.
Yeah. This was a battle, and they battled it out for half of August and the majority, like all of September, and the majority of October. So it's crazy.
Yeah, all of October actually. Yeah, absolutely right. Because finally, cooler heads prevailed. Mary J. Blige said, "Damn all you bitches, I got some shit for your asses, all right? So move, bitch, get out the way." So Mary J. Blige with "Family Affair," number one for 6 consecutive weeks. And of course, Mary J. Blige is the queen of R&B soul, R&B hip hop soul or whatever, right? She is the queen of all that, So of course, she's been around forever. And "Family Affair" is my favorite Mary J. Blige song. The beat is just, I got to give props where props is due. Dre did this beat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the beat is just magnificent, man. The beat really makes the song. Plus, it had a good hook. I like the hook. The vocal arrangement was great. There was a lot to like about this song. I'm not a huge Mary J. Blige fan. I do like some of her songs. But "Family Affair" is just kind of, it was her. This was her No Diggity to me. Yeah, it was.
Which also was produced by Dr. Dre, of course.
Yeah, obviously, and Dre, hey, he's on another level when it comes to music production anyway. So yeah, this song definitely deserves to be number one, and I'm okay with it being number one for 6 weeks. Go.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I like this song, but I would say, like you said, the beat. If nothing else, the beat is what will make you listen to this. If I could mute her and just listen to the beat, then I'd really be into it. I think that's how I felt when it was out. It's not that she was saying anything I just didn't like, but again, I'm not the biggest Mary J. Blige fan, and again, R&B is always kind of graded on me anyway.
Hey, Mary, she don't need no hateration.
No, I mean, I'm not hating on her at all, but I'm just like, I don't know. I don't hate this song. I can't say I hate the song because the beat is marvelous. So, I don't hate the song. Yes, it deserved to be number one. I'm just like, with the title like Family Affair, I just expect her to be like, one child grows up to be. She's not. She's not saying that. Because that's not the song. Different song.
Somebody that just loves to learn. Another child grows up to be. Somebody just love to burn.
Completely different song.
But, yeah, that's another song with a great arrangement. By the way,
I agree.
And your mama turned me on to this song when I was a child. Your mama played your mama played this song so goddamn much. It gave an earworm. It gave an earworm.
Well, she was good at doing that.
Yes. She wore this song out.
I didn't know anything about. You have a link to this. I didn't know anything about Sly and the Family Stone until you gave her that anthology tape.
Oh, word?
And yeah, when you came back in '95, you gave her the anthology tape, and she was taking me to school every day, and we would listen to that tape every single day for about a year, and I fell in love with it. I love that album. When you listen to Anthology, I love that compilation so much to this day. You know, I went and bought my own copy of the CD. So yeah, props to you and her for putting me on Sly and the Family Stone.
Don't call me nigga.
Yes.
Whitey. Don't call me Whitey. Nigga. You know, Sly. You know, Sly was he was a precursor to Prince. He was on that level when it came to his ability to write a song and arrangement and control of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fly this down. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm weird about saying something like this, but I mean, if he hadn't, your mom said this, and I believe it's true. If he hadn't gotten like so crazy with drugs, he probably would have been better than Prince. Like absolutely better than Prince. Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, drugs took him down and everything to the point where he was homeless and sleeping in a van. But yeah, Sly was definitely on that trajectory, man. He had a nice run of like 3 or 4 albums, man, where, he was pissing gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, man. And his output, man, his music was indelible. And like I said, he had his own sound, and it was just amazing. There was a social commentary on top of it,
Yes.
So there was a lot to like about Sly Stone, a lot to like about him. So yeah. He kind of reminded me in a way, I don't know how, but he kind of made me think of Ike Turner for some reason. I don't know why. Even though they were nowhere near the same level, but I always kind of liking him to Ike Turner for whatever reason. I don't know.
Troubled guys, I guess, who make good music.
Yeah, that too. There's another song of Sly's that a great arrangement. If You Want Me to Stay, the vocal arrangement.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
My favorite song of his is probably a kind of a common one, but Everybody's a Star.
Yeah. Everybody is a star. Yeah. And the Roots. The Roots did a nice sample with that. So what?
Oh yeah, they did with Star.
Yeah.
It's called.
Mm-hmm.
Just that song. Every time I hear it, it just kind of hits me in a certain place. Just like I don't know.
Que Sera Sera.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, a lot of great songs.
That whole anthology was just masterful.
Yeah. He had a great album title. What? It's a Riot Going On.
Riot Going On.
Yes. Sly Stone, a legend.
By far their best album.
Yes.
Just man, he's still out there, not really doing anything, but he's still out there.
Do you remember when he came back and he was on the Grammys? They did that performance and he walked off the stage. It was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. With his blonde mohawk.
Yeah, you know he came back and did he had a number one song with Jesse Johnson. I don't know if you remember that or not. Back in the '80s.
No,
Yeah,
no.
crazy, crazy for you. That was Sly Stone and Jesse Johnson. Jesse got Sly to come out of his shell. They did a song together that went to number one. Sure did.
I'm not sure I knew that.
Yeah, a song called Crazy. Check it out sometime.
There is a Wu-Tang version of Family Affair. If you didn't know about that, where he's actually on it. He sounds a little weird on it, but he's on that.
Now that you mentioned, I do remember that. I sure do. Yeah, I do. I remember.
It's not quite. It's not all Wu-Tang, but it's mostly Reverend Burke. But it is a Wu-Tang version of the song, and I like it.
Well, I gotta listen to it again. It's been a minute, but I know exactly what you're talking about, though. All right. That being said, Mary J. Blige, she deserved number one. So.
Yeah, we completely ignored her.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right. Next up, we got Usher with "You Got It Bad." It was number one for a week. It was an Usher ballad. I didn't like this song. It did not deserve to be number one. I guess that's why I was only there for a week. Like I said, I can take or leave Usher, but this song I didn't like at all. Go.
This one is an Usher song that I do like. I'm not a ballad guy. Don't really like ballads, but I did like this song. Like I said, at this point, I think I liked all of the singles from this album. I was into Usher at the time, so yeah, I like this song. It deserves to be number one.
Whatever. All right. And the final song of 2001 is Nickelback with "How You Remind Me." Now, I want to point something out here. Of all the songs that were number one during the year 2000, only 3 songs had a white person involved. Imagine that. The niggerization of Billboard has begun.
well, yeah, Crazytown.
Yeah. And Christina Aguilera was on. I guess she qualified.
I don't consider her white.
Yeah. So only two songs.
Pink is white.
Yeah, Pink is white. So yeah, so 3 songs out of all the songs that made number one in the year 2000 featured a white artist, or artists. So "How You Remind Me" by Nickelback was number one. I have no idea what this song sounds like. Don't care. Don't even want to know. So it did not deserve to be number one. Go.
Nickelback is known as the worst rock band in history. And that's about right. I don't know this song. I probably do know it. I probably know, if I heard it, I probably know it. But I know Nickelback is total garbage. So, no, this didn't deserve to be number one. The thing about Nickelback is that I just never understood it. They have the worst vocalist I've ever heard. Like, the worst rock vocalist I've ever heard. He's a guy who, does not sing other than scream. Like, he does a screaming wail of performance, and it's just like, is that the only thing you know how to do? Like, can you even try to sing a little bit? Like, really, he's got to be the worst rock vocalist I've ever heard.
I have no concept. I've never heard a song by Nickelback, so I can't even quantify what you're saying. I just take your word for it.
You are lucky. Okay. Don't look them up.
What's his name?
I don't know what his name is. Chad Kroger's his name.
Yeah, never trust anybody that's named after a supermarket anyway. So okay.
Well, it's Kroger with an E, but and he was married to Avril Lavigne for a long time. And then,
word?
Yeah.
Was it complicated?
Probably was. I mean, apparently it was, because they broke up and they were, I think they had some weird feelings at the end of it. Like, we're best friends and we still love each other, but we're getting divorced. So that's kind of complicated.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have dinner. All right, so there you have it. A lot of good number ones. A lot of digression on this particular show. So what do you think? What was the best song of the year 2000? And of these songs, which song you think did not deserve to be number one? You got anything you want to add?
I do not.
Okay. with that being said, I want you to comment below. Let me know what you think about the year 2000. Are we way off, or were we spot on everything we pretty much talked about? Or were we spot on about racism? And all of the shit we talk about, they have nothing to do with these songs. So
it's a great deal of it.
Yeah, I need you to subscribe. I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm slowly creeping up and everything. But oh, by the way, I want to give a special thanks to my listeners, to my followers out there. My video, the number one video that I've as far as views goes is the Prince. What is it? Osama bin Laden getting ready to bomb. I appreciate everybody really, responding to that. I think it's creeping up on 30,000 views now. So I really appreciate that because that song really is a great song, and it was prophetic, and it just shows how much of a visionary Prince was, because that song came out, or he did that song before 9/11. So. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't know that was your number one video, but I'll say that every time I go through YouTube, no matter how many times I've watched it, that video always stays in my recommendations, and I'm like, why? I guess that's why.
Because everybody's watching it. I think it actually passed New Jack City. New Jack City was number one for a while. I got to check my stats again, but New Jack City, was number one for quite a while when it comes to my top shows. But I think Prince took over. But I'll check it again, just kind of see. I think they're kind of neck and neck. But either way, I do appreciate my followers out there. I do appreciate it. Make sure that you refer and get other folks to subscribe as well, and all that good stuff. I'm going to keep doing shows no matter what, whether I have 1 subscriber or 5 billion. But I'd love to have 5 billion, because then I can make some money. So please comment below. Let me know what's going on, and tell me what you think, because damn it, you just heard what Lonzo thinks. Bye.